Welcome to Major Flavors, place where dreams come true and your whole team can come too. It's where we live forever, and as long as we all together, we know we gon' live forever. Let's roll. Welcome to Major Flavors, place where dreams come true and your whole team can come too. It's where we live forever.
Kia ora koutou, what's up? It's DJ Sirvere, Ngāti Tūwhare Toa, Major Flavors, all that good stuff. Street Heavy DVD 2, peace.
You've been over in Australia, and I think you're about to release Major Flavors 2, if I'm right, in Australia. Can we expect another Major Flavors in New Zealand?
I don't know. I don't know about. At the moment, like the record labels here are real reluctant to do anything. So, I mean, I want to Major Flavors 7 for sure, but it's kind of like the market is in a little bit of a recession right now. You know, like as far as selling CDs or marketing dollars. So as far as Universal New Zealand is concerned, it's not really a priority. So, I mean, Australia's really good. Australia's huge. It's going really well, and the scope for touring over there is huge. So, I guess all my energies are poured into that at the moment. And I think until the Scribe album comes out and sells heaps, I don't think anyone's gonna look for a locally produced mixtape or, you know, of that type that I used to do at the moment. It's kind of weird.
Why do you reckon that is? Because like all those went gold and platinum.
Yeah, I guess just Australia takes up so much of my time, you know. Like it's just really time intensive. Like this new one I just finished 2 days ago. It just takes 6 months to make, you know, because all the licensing and all that kind of crap, and then arranging the tour. Because like when we did the tour here, we might do like 5 dates over the year, do like 35 dates. So it's kind of like I have management over there, but it's just difficult to divide your time up. And then I got the C4 thing, and back to basics is pretty full on. So it's kind of like I don't have, you know, as much time personally. As far as the market goes, it's just shrinking, man. Like I'm not gonna lie, I download heaps of stuff, you know, like everyone does. It's just
so do I.
Yeah, it's just the way it is, and it's kind of like everything's changing, and hip hop is changing too, you know, like it's becoming way more accessible for everybody. So, is there a need to do another mixed city? Probably, but I think I'll probably do it as a street one as opposed to a. The next one I'll do is definitely going to be a street one. It's probably going to be like mostly freestyles and stuff, because everyone, I keep getting tracks like Puck's One, Rivalist from Auckland, that always giving me stuff. So I thought the next mixed city I'll do will just be a street city, and I won't sell it. I'll just give it away, download it on MySpace or whatever. So it's kind of the way things are going right now, you know.
Have you ever thought of like just doing like exclusives, like Bukid and like all those American DJs?
Yeah, I guess I still want to be an actual DJ as opposed to a button pusher. So I think that a lot of the stuff I will put on there would be exclusive stuff, but that's only because it is. Do you know what I mean? No, I wouldn't go out of my way necessarily to harp on about it, but I guess my aim is still to push local stuff, even if the market's not necessarily looking for it. The funny thing about it is, like, everyone's saying that hip hop is going through a recession of sorts at the moment, which is complete bullshit, because in reality, I've seen this all before, you know? Like, I think that people are really eager to jump on the fact that it's not going so well just because they like to see somebody fail in this country. But in reality, I feel like right now feels like about 10 years ago, when things weren't really going off anyway. So I don't know, we're just doing what we've always done. It's just people aren't looking as hard, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know, people just expect the new Scribe to just pop up, and it's not happening. Well, big deal, it doesn't make any difference, you know. I think that we're all still making quality music, and we're still doing gigs and etc, etc. The landscape is different. I feel like I remember 20 years ago doing this, and no one was listening to us, you know, when I first hooked up with Daryl and Apart Posse and all that. When we were doing what we were doing, no one was really listening apart from our immediate families and core audiences, which was very small. And now the audience got so big, and they're not looking anymore. I don't really give a fuck. I don't care, you know. It's cool that when it wasn't at its height, and me and Ali were doing Summit, and that was cool, and it was good to nurture it. But now that now that you know, like the Deacons album came out and no one really picked up on it, that is unfortunate from a sales point of view. But they still made a good record. I still like it. We'll still go to their gigs and support them. The fact that, you know, every other person isn't going anymore doesn't mean shit to me, personally.
Do you reckon they'll ever like get a reach the sales of another Scribe album ever again in New Zealand?
I don't know. I don't think so because of the internet situation, you know? Because I think that there is, like, I know for a fact in Australia when Nino, who was kind of my equivalent in Aussie, was really, his sales were starting to really build. All of a sudden in the last 3 or 4 years it kind of dropped off. I just figure that's downloading and that's always going to be a factor, you know? I don't know, if we can sustain what we're doing, I don't think we should be too worried about how much we sell. Like, if I can get to the point where the record pays for itself, everyone gets paid, everyone's happy, I can keep touring, then that's probably as good as it's going to get. Do you know what I mean? Because we always used to go hard and promote our records, promote this, and then boom, and always sell all these albums. I just don't know if it's going to get to that point anymore, because if we really promote ourselves and the next artist turns up and he explodes, well, when those extra sales kick in, I think that's downloads kick in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of like you'll reach this point where you'll sell a lot, but then when the general public really get into it and the downloads kick in, then you have to be realistic about that. It doesn't matter. I don't know if it really matters. I think a lot of artists here are being greedy as well. You know, they're going, oh, we want to get to platinum, but I don't know if it really, you know, just for me, for quality of life, I don't really think it matters, you know.
They shouldn't focus on the sales so much. They should focus on the music. And on music.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Like, when the next Savage record goes out, I know that Savage puts his heart and soul into that, and if he can, in this new era, if it just does well, then that's good enough, you know? We should be happy to be doing what we're doing. I think that those good days were good, but they were greedy days too, you know, and I've admit that too. Like, I was real happy for it to go bigger and bigger because we got paid more, but how long is that going to last, you know, with anything? It's never going to last. It's just, we should just be happy with what we're doing, you know?
Do you reckon, like, say like Dawn Raid and that, will they ever get back to like how they were before? And a lot of people see Dawn Raid finishing as like an opportunity that opens doors, but me personally, I see that as like more of a loss because they morally open doors for other people.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that I feel like right now the day for the independent is here. So, you know, like Jay Rocha and Groundworks from Christchurch, Jarrett, Cyphernetic and Brackenwick, it's their day. Because in reality, the core audiences that are still buying records are people who love their music. And I know for a fact that Brackenwick Records fans love their artists and they will buy their records. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And Jarrett owns the, you know, his artists own all the money. And they got a real clear arrangement where they split the money up. That's where the revenue is to survive, I feel like right now. Like big business models like Dawn Raid were a great idea when we were selling thousands of records, but we're not anymore. You know, we're not. So disruptive and full corners, that was a good idea too. Just keeping it relatively low rate and working your existing fan base, it would appear to be the best way to do it. And that whole heady days of Dawn Raid, you know, and the hookup tour and all that sort of thing was cool, but I was always realistic about it. It's never going to last, and neither it should, because it's up to because at some point in time, you know, I was doing bootleg mix CDs and selling them to people in Papakura, and Dawn Raid were just doing their t-shirt business. At some point we all started, so where's the second one? I'm more interested in where's the second, where is the second wave of artists, and I think that Jay Rocha especially, and Grindworks, you know, regardless of what people think of his music, what he's doing is a great idea. You know, do the mixtapes, the Mike Ladd mixtape, do all that stuff, establish yourself, don't sell many records, but at least you're doing it. Because at some point in time, one of those guys is going to do well, and, you know, as much as I'm trying to say not be greedy, I want to do well. I mean, I'm not fucking stupid either, you know. Yeah. I want to do well. I want to sell a whole bunch of records in Australia, be good, make some money out of it, put it into my kids' education, I'm happy, you know. But at the same time, we need to be thankful for what we're doing without being greedy. Because I think that that's what happened too, is everyone got a bit, you know, saw the dollar signs. And fair enough too, because that Scribe record was groundbreaking. Do you know what I mean? If anyone deserved their money, it was Marlo, because that record was fucking great. That was a great record. You know, and there've been a few other landmark times for sure. And things get momentum, you know. This is the way it is.
Do you reckon when people got greedy that it ruined New Zealand hip hop in any way, or was?
Possibly. But Aotearoa hip hop is Aotearoa hip hop. No one manages it. No one is the king of it. No one runs it. It is what it is. That's why I say it's Independence Day. You know, I know some people could say, oh, you know, you were playing one of them bullshit blingy videos on the horror, big fucking deal. Everyone wanted to see them, you know what I mean? But I also, you know, we did a RES freestyle, made a video out of it. You know, I did a Louis Nuck song, we did PNC way before. We would, like, everyone does their bit, and whatever hip hop's going to do, it will take its course. If it's going to go back to its roots right now because it's gotten a bit more earthy, all good. Yes, I think that greed can ruin anything. I think that anything inherently creative, greed can damper it, but we'll see who's there at the other end of it, do you know what I mean? If I see people bitching on the boards about, oh, it's gone this way, well, now is a really trying time. Right now, 2007, it's going to be interesting to see who's still doing anything at the end of this year, because if it's gotten so bad, then why are we here right now? It's going to be an interesting time to see, because, you know, as things go through ebbs and flows, people have to remember, some of us have been doing this shit for years. Like, I'm not trying to say I've been in it for so long, I'm just saying, dude, I've seen the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I remember 20 years ago and no one ever came to our fucking gigs. I go to our Posse gig and there was fucking no one there except for core family and friends and fans that were building. And now we're saying that it got overexposed. What the fuck do you want? Do you know what I mean? And let's remember that no one is, as much as I hear someone say, this is hip hop and this is hip hop, no one is hip hop, man. Hip hop is it's an essence. Do you know what I mean? Sure, it's made up of various people and elements, and some people think you should do this, some people do that, but in reality, it's street music. You know what I mean? If someone's rhyming, you know, at the shops in Kansas Creek, that's hip hop. If someone's wearing, you know, fly kicks and ringwear in Auckland, that's, I mean, who's the boss? I think that we should just step back from it and let it do its thing. And, you know, when it comes to what we're doing, we're making music. Because it's such a crime, you know?
Do you reckon people that complain should really be more proactive and do it?
Look what you're doing, you know? This is doing something. We could always say, yeah, I guess I've never been one to ever complain. I was going to do something. I'll just do something about it. I'll actually do something. I think that all the people I ever hear complain are usually the ones doing jack shit. So I don't usually listen to that.
But yeah, also, I've heard people complain about there not being no summits no more. I mean, you've done a lot of summits, and I know that most hip hoppers are grateful for that. You know, do you reckon there'll be another summit, or like?
There is a reason there's no more summits, because the summit was started by Ali, primarily to promote Aotearoa hip hop. That was the reason. We had a mission statement when it came to that event, and that was to promote Aotearoa hip hop and to raise it up. When we had done that for 4 years, it had got to that point, so we stopped doing it. That's why we stopped doing it. We didn't stop doing it because it wasn't making us any money. We didn't stop doing it because we lost thousands of dollars on that event. We didn't stop doing it because we weren't into hip hop anymore. We stopped doing it because hip hop didn't need a leg up anymore. We gave it that leg up. Do you know what I mean? So by the time it got to the last one that we did, because we didn't do them all, we did most of them. Scribe had reached this peak of his popularity. Jazzy Jeff came through. That was amazing. The whole event was incredible, but we achieved what we wanted to achieve. So we walked away from it because we felt like it's done its job. Now everyone in Canals can go out and fend for themselves in the big world, and now people want to have a big party. Arrange a big party. That's fine. That's cool, but that's not what Ali ever intended that event to be. And it was supposed to be a showcase for Aotearoa hip hop to get it to the point where it can sustain itself. Because at the end of this, it's funny, the classic example is at the end of the summit, just before we bailed on it, it was getting hard to book the acts because they were on tour. So if we wanted to get Scribe, we had to see if he was available. If we wanted to get Nish and Mystic, we had to see if he was around. P Money might be around. Like everyone was out doing their own thing. We felt like we'd done a great job. We're not saying that was the reason that we did it. We're not saying that the reason they got to that point was because of that. No, but whatever we set out to do, it was done. So we were happy, and it was, to be perfectly honest with you, we're family men. We both have kids, and that event cost thousands of dollars, and we lost money on it every single year. So at some point, you know, we had to kind of go, okay, that's enough. But it was just cool. It was good time. It was cool, and you know, working with Askew was cool because all these people became long-term friends. It was good for us, but that's why it doesn't exist anymore. People kind of say, I want to go back to the summit because we all got together and blah, 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 blah. Well, isn't that what body rock is? That's body rock to me, is the same kind of thing. Everyone gets together, that's cool. Just do that. But the summit, for whatever reason that we had it, it had to end because it didn't need it anymore. Yeah.
Do you reckon anyone should carry it on any time in the future?
I think somebody should do something, but I don't think that me and Ali are pretty precious about the summit, so I don't think it should be called that. But I think that somebody should do something. Like, in reality, you think about it, like things need a leg up again. Maybe now's the time to do it all over again. Maybe, yeah, for sure, definitely. But the summit, whatever that meant to us at the time, it's not what it means now. So I think that someone else should step up and do something. Yeah.
Okay. Why did the Aotearoa end then? There's no hip hop shows at all.
Yeah, no, it's pretty stupid. I mean, there is disruptive TV on Alt TV, which is cool.
That's only Auckland though, isn't it?
No, it's on Sky now. Alt TV's on Sky.
I can't afford Sky.
Oh, yeah, neither can I. I got no money to afford Sky either. But I think that's a shame because I know that Cyphernet's just made a new video. I don't know if it's going to get played. I don't know. It sucks, but nothing I can do about it. I don't own a TV station.
What is your opinions on New Zealand on air funding? Like, do you think it's good for the artists, but sometimes it's like they're the only videos that get played, like more the independent videos
I don't know.
Get played as much?
I've never got into handouts, and I don't have any need to do it, so it doesn't mean anything to me. I understand that it can be hard for artists to make videos and stuff for sure, and to get them played, but I've never made one myself. Well, not in this country, so I've had no. I don't know. I think people need to remember that if you lived in America, you get nothing from anybody. So, shut the fuck up and get it made. You guys make a DVD with DVD cams, and it's like just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been one for excuses. I'd rather not. I think it's just better to just do it.
So you never get caught up in any of the politics?
I think can be a political pussy at times, but I've been much better in recent years. I know that I've walked a tightrope a few times, but not now. I just do what I have to do.
What about politics?
You know
what I mean?
in what sense?
Like politics.
Oh, you mean like
proper politics?
Oh, proper politics. Primarily, I will say this, primarily I'm a father, so my entire world revolves around my 3 kids. So, all that stuff means a lot to me. Everything does, I'm Māori from Waikato, it means a lot to me. That's all personal politics for sure, but I think maybe I'm just so busy sometimes, some of that just goes past me, but I'm just trying to do the best I can for my kids. And that's no bullshit. I know people can use that as an excuse to do things, or an excuse of why they don't do things, but I guess I got into the mode of working so hard I kind of just do what I do. I'm just a busy dude at work. It doesn't matter that I'm to do this sort of stuff,
Do you ever feel like the music's taking up too much time and you don't get to spend enough time with your kids? Or
Absolutely.
Do you ever feel like quitting because of that?
No, I can't quit it because I love it too much, Like the magazine, I love doing that. The mix CDs, I love doing it. Love touring, it's real cool. I guess this is a life I've chosen to lead, and this is what it is. I do on occasion think, what if I didn't do this? I'd probably have heaps of fun on the weekends, But I guess I've just chosen a different path, and I'm going to live with it, and certainly won't complain about it.